Welcome back, you guys. Hi, Bunny here. So, today is Tuesday, second day of this, whatever this is. I got pecans with me because, alright, listen. I just woke up not too long ago. I just had breakfast, and I'm just like, I don't feel like putting on makeup. I don't even feel like putting on a bra. So, I'm just getting in here, doing it normal, simple, chilling. I got a bag of pecans, and I'm just gonna eat these. Okay, so what's been going on? There's something I really, I don't have my ring on. See, that's how you know I'm just here. Anyway, I just want to jump straight into what I really want to talk about so I can get out of my head. Wendy Williams. I know she's been all over the news. I know for the past, since January, December, since the whole fiasco with her taking off from her show and everything. Alright, so if you're not up to date, which I don't understand why you're not, but alright, long story short. No, because I mentioned it in the podcast. I was saying how I did like a really quick briefing with Zombie about what was going on. But long story short, for the past 10 years or whatever, her husband, Kelvin Hunter. Oh yeah, that's another thing. His name is Kelvin, not Kevin, Kelvin. So Kelvin, for the past 10 years, been in a alleged affair with Karina Hudson or whatever, aka Nikki. So he's been in a relationship with her for the past 10 years, and Nikki just had her baby. I think, what was it, last week, 2 weeks ago? No, it was last week. Yeah, she had it last week, I think on Saturday or Sunday, one of them days. And so Wendy ain't addressed it at all. She's just like, oh, if you see this ring on, then you'll know everything's fine in Hunterville. And I'm just like, Wendy, this man has stressed you out to the point you in a sober house. You're not even living in your own home anymore. Right? That's how stressful things has gotten. I see exactly what happened. I was like, a couple years ago, because this has been going on forever, but a couple years ago, I was just like, as soon as that boy goes off to college, that relationship is donezo. And oh and behold, this boy ain't even been in college for a full year yet, and his daddy was already acting wild. I'm just like, it's a hot mess. It bothers me because it's just like, I don't know. I'm not in that marriage. I don't understand that the dynamics. All I know is that Kelvin, her husband, is also her manager. Someone being your manager and also your husband, business and pleasure, like, it goes one in one. So it's just like, how do you separate those two things? It's hard. So, and then it's like you've got 20 plus years invested into someone. Like, if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be where you are now. And it's just like, you owe a lot to this person. You have a lot of history. Like, I understand, like, I guess he loved you at some point in your life. You married this man. So it's just like, I don't know. But he been cheating on her this whole time. And even before this affair happened, he was still cheating. So I was just like, I don't know. When a lot of people are just like, Wendy's getting her karma. She signed up for this. This is her fault. Like, you stay out of other folks' business, you wouldn't be having your business out there. And I completely understand. Wendy is messy and petty, like, to a whole nother level where it's just like, girl, stop. Like, you're doing far too much. And it's just like, I don't know. I just don't want to see this happen to her because bottom line is, nobody deserves that in no marriage, no. And like, excuse me. Yes, I'm getting another pecan. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this place called Bucky's. Love Bucky's. Not sponsored. I'm in Texas, and so if you've ever lived in the South, you know about this place called Bucky's. Bucky's is just a gas station, but it's just like this giant gas station. And they have all types of stuff in there, and it's beautiful bathrooms, wonderful bathrooms. Oh, sorry, this is not a promo for Bucky's. Just know, if you're from the South, you know what's up. So, anyway, tying into everything that's going on with Wendy, she had her break last week. She took off an unscheduled break, and that's because she had new stepmama. She got a new step baby. So it's just like, that's a lot to deal with. But other than that, I don't even know. But it kind of ties into also what else I want to talk about. Just involving like marriage and just being in relationships, period. I've noticed there's this thing going on where couples will be in long-term relationships. Just yesterday, I heard a situation where a woman was in a 17-year-long relationship with a man and had 5 children with this same man. And later on down the line, he just figured out, I don't believe in marriage. So no, I'm not going to marry you. We're not doing it. I'm sorry. I don't believe in marriage. It's just a scam. It's just a government. I don't want the government in my business. I don't even like the police. I understand all that. But for her, on some real stuff, if you know marriage is a big deal for you, like it's something that's important to you, explain that early on in a relationship. Voice your opinions, just be real with it. Just be like, do you see yourself getting married one day? Do you see yourself having kids? Those are like first date questions that you literally need to get out into the open. Because if you don't voice these things, how are you just supposed to just assume? Because you know what happens when you assume. You make an ass out of you and me. So, don't assume, like if you're in a relationship, open communication. Tell them straight from the jump, hey, I don't really want kids. I don't really care about getting married. I'm just, just tell those things. Because it's not hard. And people find like that's how you get stuck into them situations where it's been 10, 15, 20 years down the line. And you're just like, oh, why won't he marry me? Why won't she have babies with me? And it's just like, because y'all didn't talk about this in the beginning. Like, because if you talk about it in the beginning, you see where they stand, and you can judge right there. Like, do I want to put up with this? Or do I want to cut my losses now and just move on and find someone else who's on the same page as me? Like, me and my husband, we've been together. How long have we been together? We've been married for almost 2 years. And we've been together for 4 years. So that's like 6 years we've been together. From, I think about maybe like a month or 2 in, I explained to him, I want to get married one day. That's the goal. Tottering on the fence about kids. I know his defense on kids. My husband does not want kids no time soon. Me, I want a baby, but I can wait. But that's one of those things that we've talked about because we've had that conversation long time ago. So when it came around to him proposing to me and us having our wedding, that's something we talked about. That's something I knew I wanted, and he gave it to me. Thank you, babe. And that was it. And then some people, they just, you gotta be more assertive in your relationships. I have talked to so many people where they're just like, I've never been on a real date before, and I've never really had a serious relationship, or we never go anywhere. And I'm just like, why aren't y'all just speaking up? I think that's what's the bottom to everything. It's just like, you need to speak up about what you want in a relationship. You need to set the guidelines of what is our relationship about. Because especially with like the whole thing with Wendy, like if you're in a situation where you're like, okay, we're together to the eye, but you do what you do, I do what I do, and we're good. Like, that's our dynamic. If that's the dynamic of your relationship, then high five, go on to it. Because I'm someone who believes in poly relationships. Poly, to me, that's cool. Like, if a girl want to hit me up, because that is like, that's cool. Because I don't know, but that's just, it's only cool if both parties are okay with it. Like, another situation, another example, Will and Jada. I think I've been hearing about them having an open marriage, poly, swingers. They've been a swinging relate marriage since. Oh, I've been hearing about this since I was in middle school. So it's been a long time. So people be like, oh, they ain't in no open relationship. What you mean Jada got another boyfriend? What you mean Will got a girlfriend? I've been hearing about this stuff for years now. like I said, I've been hearing this about this since I was a child. So y'all can't be saying y'all didn't know about this. Jada even said it on her Red Table Talk. She was just like, she's like, we're married forever and you're not leaving me. She's like, I could be on one side of the house and you can be on the other side of the house. I don't care. You can be with whoever down there. As long as we're together, that's all that matters. And I'm just like, that's their relationship. It works for them. Cool. You know? But when it comes to those certain things, it's just like both people need to be on the same wavelength about it. When it comes to Wendy, I don't think she understands. I don't know. Cause like if she's okay with it, Kelvin wouldn't still be doing all this trying to hide. You know? No, I take that back. Because I do remember one time Wendy was giving an interview and they asked her about the initial cheating scandal they went through. And she said, you know, if you're going to cheat, she don't want to know about it. Okay. You know, so that means if you're saying you just don't want to know about it, you don't want to see it, that means it can go down and that'll be it, the end of it. And that really sucks. That really does suck. Because I don't know. I don't want that for nobody. I don't want people to be in relationships where they're just like, it feels like you're not even in the relationship. You're just kind of just going with the flow of things. This is the way of life. This is, man, that sucks. Oh, man. But no, I don't know. I guess that's how I feel about it. I don't know. Couldn't be me, because I'm a selfish person. I'm selfish in my relationship. I don't want nobody else with my husband. I don't want my husband to go out and have a whole another family. And then it's just all out there in the open. Like, that ain't cool. So, mm-mm. Mm-mm. I guess the moral of me talking about all this is just protect yourself, protect your heart, and just don't be stupid. Really, just don't be stupid. Don't don't invest your life away into a relationship and have nothing to show for it. Because right now, all this stuff, like with the woman who's been with her man for 17 years, 5 kids, and all of a sudden you come to find out, oh, I will never get married ever. My husband ain't feeling that. He don't want that. It's just, you can either rock it out how y'all been rocking out, or you can step. And in that woman's situation, she has decided that she was going to move on and step. She has tapped out of the relationship. And so, Wendy, she ain't tapped out. She's still in there. And I don't know, like, I pray nothing horrible happens for her, because it's not, like, I don't want her to, like, I don't want that man to kill her, because that's what I'm thinking. I really think Kelvin is going to either hurt or kill Wendy, and I don't want that to happen. I just want her to step on, move on. She ain't even got a date. Like, if she just want to be single mingle, cool. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there who will want to date her. As much hate as she gets, she's a pretty woman. Like, the woman's there, she's almost 55. Come on now, she look like that. We know, we seen some busted-looking 55-year-old women. So, she ain't bad looking for her age. I know I'm just pulling out more and more toys. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. Like, I can go on and on and on and on and on when it goes about relationships, because it's just like, yes, I've been with my husband for a long time, but I've had relationships before him as well, and I know how I wanted to be treated. I know I knew what I was worthy of and what I deserved as a woman, and so I just want other people to understand. Say what you want. Don't take no bull. That's it. Like, as much as, like, Zombie and I used to go in on pick-me's and stuff, that pick-me stuff don't work. That bending over backwards and, yeah, that bending over backwards and just pretty much giving yourself up to somebody else and them not giving you anything in return, you don't win in the end. They win because they done got your sorry ass to do whatever they want you to do. I mean, you have nothing. So, I'm done ranting. I'm done talking. That's all I wanted to say for today. So, like and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow. I will talk to you tomorrow. Just, bye, y'all.